Hello, brand owner. I'm Elijah Delport, and today we are doing another brand breakdown. This is number 15, I think. And the brand we're looking at today is Mental Capacity. Mental Capacity. They're quite a small brand from Australia. And when I saw this, I was jumping for joy. I was jumping for joy because when I see brands like this, I just know straight away I need to do a brand breakdown. So let's have a look at this together. Now, again, as always, I've got no notes in front of me. We are simply looking at this. I've seen this brand before on their page. I've never analyzed it. We're just going off the cuff here. First thing I notice here is they're creating meaningful merch and conversation. This is one of the first things you see in their bio. Every brand should be creating meaningful merch and conversation. And I'll give you a couple, like when I say meaningful merch, meaningful doesn't have to be mental health. Meaningful doesn't have to be sustainability. Meaningful doesn't have to be ending world hunger. Meaningful could be your lifestyle, about skateboarding or about basketball. Or meaningful could be an ethos behind your brand about getting outside, right? This is meaningful. All I mean to say is that it's something. It's a conceptual idea that goes beyond the product itself, because that's what people buy into. They buy the brand before they buy the product. The second part of this that they say, that they're creating conversations. Why is this important? Without a brick and mortar store, all of your sales come from social media. What does social media boost? Conversations. When you get more comments on your post, when people reshare it. And people are prompted to reshare content that is worth talking about or prompts some emotional response within them. That is creating conversations. And so if you're in the mindset of creating content that creates conversations, then you're sweet. And that's, I think, what every brand can take away from this. Let's have a look at some of the content itself. So, okay, we know that they're doing meaningful merch and conversations. What is the meaning? I'm going to say mental capacity is about something to do with mental health. And let's have a look if what's in here. The pinned posts. A life beyond the field. This would be really cool if in the pin post here, they had some slides that the first thing that every person, every visitor sees on their page is something about what their brand is about. So they can learn something. Oh yeah, there's some here. Vision, mental health capacity envisions a world where athletes are empowered to openly express their emotions without fear or judgment or negative consequences. Awesome. So that is a very clear vision, they're calling it, behind their brand. And that allows them to create content about that. And so having that very clear vision means that from the get-go, you hook people emotionally. An emotional hook is a strong hook. And also means you can create content quicker, more effectively, that works. Because you're creating content about an idea. It doesn't matter whether you're dropping clothes or not, you can still create. Let's go down a bit more. This is some of their latest drop. Go outside and take it. Okay, this is what I mean. This is lifestyle content or message-related content. Look at this. Go outside and take yourself on a walk. This has nothing to do with their brand. Sorry, let me rephrase that. This has nothing to do with their product. This post has absolutely nothing. They're not selling anything. Look at the caption. Weekly reminder to move your body. There is no call to action. This is the benefit of sometimes not including a call to action, especially one that leads to your store page. If you give without asking, people will notice that you're a brand of generosity and they'll feel compelled to give back. And so that's what they're doing. They're giving value through their content without asking you to buy their stuff. There is a time and place to advertise. This is clearly not for them, and I love it. I love it, and I don't hear people talking about this enough. Go outside and take yourself on a walk. Now, if they didn't have a clear brand message, they wouldn't be able to post something like this. But since they do, and it's written very clearly, they can. That's where it's sourced from. Another thing that I'll mention about this, at Pinterest. Now, that means that they are taking an already created piece of content and reposting it to their page. In other words, they are curating content. This is the thing that many brands get stuck up on, is that they have to create everything. No, you don't. You can be a curation page for your brand message, and that's what they're doing. So if you find something that another creator in your space is making, send them a DM. Say, hey, can I repost this and give you a tag on my page? I know my audience will love what you're doing. Or go to Pinterest and find something else. This is a great way to make content, create content when you don't have anything to post. Awesome. I love it. The ultimate cat. Well, this is random. Yeah, so they're just creating a mood board for what they're about. Yeah, so looks like their brand's message is to do with the crossover between sport and mental health. And so that's really great because, look, athlete inspo, and they have something here of just athletes, right? Look, they're not even wearing their clothing. This person isn't even wearing the mental capacity clothing, which says to me that don't get in a limited mindset that you have to always post something where the characters in the video or the photo are wearing your clothes. They don't. The people, your clothes don't even have to feature in a post that's about your clothing brand. All right? Better if it is, if it does, but if it doesn't, that's okay, because what you can just have dedicated posts to your brand message, and that's it. And it's the most on brand thing you can do. It's the most on brand thing you can do. And look, it's mixed in here with all of these product posts. So it worked perfectly. Beautiful page, mental capacity. Take some notes. They are a clothing brand and they don't post clothing content. That is super key if you're trying to build a community around what you're doing. And I think mental capacity is doing that. They're in the early days. They've got a few followers. I think there's a lot more to come for this brand. So yeah, as I was saying, take notes. Okay, let's go to our community page and let's have a look. So this is a place where you can request below this post which brand you'd like me to review next, do a brand breakdown of next. I'm always looking for new brands. Today there was no one, so I just picked my own brand. But see, just below this post, leave a comment. Which brand would you like me to break down next? And if you want me to do your brand, well, that's even better. Let me know. I can give you some feedback, something you can improve to take your brand to the next level. Okay, I'm Elijah Delport. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time for another brand breakdown.